Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. Welcome to the third day of 60 days of DevOps with Vikash series. If you did not watch my previous 2 days of videos, I will be highly recommending you to go and watch those 2 days of videos before coming here. So before getting into day three, let's have a quick revision of day two. Okay, so in the day two we have seen various things, like we have seen complete roadmap for beginners and experience. We have seen what are all the prerequisites which is required to become a DevOps engineer, what are all the tools and technologies. So this is the complete roadmap we have defined, and we have discussed about its importance, like either the programming language is required or not, or if we are using Python, what are its. We have discussed various 4 to 5 real-time scenarios where Python will help you, and why is it really mandatory or not, that also we have seen. Apart from that, we have seen networking concept, and we have touched each and every concept here, like whether it is mandatory to learn or not. So, and now we have defined each and every topic, as you can see: static versus dynamic IP, firewall, proxy, public and private domain name systems, VPN protocols. We have seen the security aspect as well, and we have done the definition. We have seen the real-time example with real-time examples. We have seen what are the various cloud and which is the one cloud we have to select in order to get started with the DevOps. And we have seen the operating system and its various top operating system and the various topics, relevant topic of operating system. We have seen the definition and use cases as well. Coming to the tools and technologies, we have seen various tools like version control, build tools, configuration management, infrastructure as a tool. So for each and every tool, you can see we have seen the real-time use cases, actually where and which code we should use. Okay, that will fit perfectly. That we have seen where the tool will work perfectly for achieve automation, like the containerization tool, orchestration tool, monitoring tool. So this is so many things we have seen in the previous video. So that is why I have recommended you to watch this video before getting into day three. Okay, so let's get started with the third day of this series, where the main agenda is I have listed already here. Like, we will see how we can create a AWS account. We will see how we can create Ubuntu server. We will see how to connect to the Ubuntu server, either you are a Mac user or you are a Windows user, like how we can connect to that particular server. We will see how we can connect to Windows server, or how we can create that Windows server as well, okay, into AWS account. So we will try to connect using Mac and Windows as well to the Windows server. Now coming to what is AWS. What is AWS? So AWS, it stands for Amazon Web Services, and it is a public cloud. Like, public cloud is something any end user would be able to access this cloud and utilize its services. Okay, why do we need this account, AWS account? Many of you are beginner, so for them this is the explanation. If you want to practice DevOps lab, correct, we require some kind of tool. Okay, that is why we would be needing AWS account. So I guess it is a 1 year of free tier account AWS provide. So without worrying about the charges, you can easily learn. Now let's see how to create the AWS account. What are all the prerequisites are there in order to create this account? So first thing, you need a Gmail ID, and second, you need either master, debit, or credit card. That's all. Okay, now let's go to the AWS console. You have to search for AWS console, and here when you will come down, you will get this AWS management console. Here you have to click, and once you are here, you have to click on this sign in to the console. Just click on into the console. In the down, you can see this option, new to AWS. Yes, then click on create a new AWS account, and here you have to use one of the email ID which you have never used to create this AWS account, otherwise you will not get the verification. I am passing my email ID, and here let's choose some meaningful name. Just hit on this verifications. I have received my verification code to the particular email which I have given. I have clicked on verify. Here you have to provide some password, so make sure you are using uppercase, lowercase, numbers, everything. the step 1, I have changed the password, and here we can see we are in the step 2. Here what you have to do, you have to provide all the single details about, like, either you are creating this account for business purpose or you're creating this account for personal use. So all the information you have to provide here. Okay, let me provide all the information and come back to you. So once you will fill all your mobile number and your address details, you will land on this page where AWS will ask you for the billing information. So here you have to provide your debit card or credit card or master card, and here you have to provide all the required details of the card. Okay, once you will press on this verify and continue, so once you will click on that, you will land on a page where AWS will try to deduct 2 rupees from your account in order to verify or validate this debit card is working or not. So once you will validate, you will get your account ready in 30 minutes. Once we have created the AWS account, now we will see how to create EC2 instance. The image we will be using, that will be Ubuntu. Okay, once we will create this, we will try to connect, and we will try to connect using Mac or Windows also. So for that, what you have to do, once you have created the AWS account, you have to go and log into that particular AWS account. So just click on log back in, and here provide your email ID, make sure, and here you have to provide your password. Just click on sign in. Once you are here, you can see various services are there, but if your account will be new, what you have to do, you will not see recently visited list. So you have to click on services, you have to click on compute, and into the compute you have to click on EC2. Once you will click on that, you can see this option instances, just click on that. Once you will land on this page, you can see there is no any instances which is in running. So this is where you can filter the instances. Okay, right now you can see this is in stopped state, so based on that you have various thing to filter out the instances. So as such, we do not have any instances which is running. So let's get back to the topic. To create a server, you have to click on launch instances, and here I am creating Ubuntu server. If you will scroll down, you will come to this page where you have to choose the particular image version, or if you want more, the OS version image you are trying to check here, that is not present. So you can click on this browse more AMIs. So now I will be clicking on this Ubuntu, and I will be choosing this latest version. Now scroll down here into the instance type. You can choose many type of instances based on your requirement, the vCPU, and how much memory is required. Like, so based on that you can choose. So since T2 micro is present into free tier, so it is recommendable to choose this only, so that the cost will be very less. Here you have to choose key pair. Let me show you how we can create a new in order to access this server externally. You would be needing this key pair. So I'm going to create a new key pair. Okay, so I will choose this PEM. Once you have created, you can see here it's got selected automatically, and here this is a section where you have to enable or disable some port. Here you can see by default SSH is enabled. If SSH is not enabled, you won't be able to connect to the instance. Okay, so for that, what else you have to do, you suppose you are installing Jenkins. For Jenkins, what is the default port that should be open? That is 8080. So I can click on edit, I can click on add security rule. Here I have to mention the particular port 8080. Now I will choose anywhere. I will come here where I can define the storage, how much storage I would be needing. So I have given 8 only. Now here you can see this is the advanced section where you can directly mention all your commands. Okay, all your commands, in the sense, suppose you have a shell script of Jenkins installation. So instead of creating this server, connecting to the server and executing those commands one by one, what else you can do, you can provide the complete step-by-step commands here. Okay, so what will happen, once the server will be up and running, automatically Jenkins will get installed. So this is one of the way you can install Jenkins, either by pasting all the command line here one by one, or by connecting to the Jenkins using SSH. I will click on launch instance now. So you can see you have to wait until you will not get this access. Here you can see this is the one Ubuntu server which we have created. Now we will see how we can connect to the particular EC2 instance. So let us get back to the AWS console, and here what you have to do, you have to choose the particular servers from which you want to connect, and now you have to click on this connect, and here you can see you have an option to connect using this EC2 instance connect. So now if you have not enabled the port 22, you will not get this option, so make sure you are selecting that. So once you are here, you can click on this connect and you can directly connect from here. Okay, this is one of the way to connect to the EC2 instance. Otherwise, what else you can do? First way to connect is directly using AWS console. Okay, so these are the way you can connect to your EC2 instance. Apart from that, what else you can do? Let's go back here. How to connect? This is a session manager, guys. We can create a session for some time and we can get connected to that particular EC2 instance. Or one another way is you can connect to your EC2 instance using this way also. So this is going to be the command line way. Okay, for that what you have to do, you have to open your terminal, and all the steps whatever is required to connect to that particular EC2 instance is already mentioned here. So here we have to locate the file path into downloads. Here our PEM key is available. Now what I have to do, we have to provide some permission to the PEM key. Just go back to the terminal, provide this command. Once you have given this, so just select this, go back to your terminal, just paste here, enter. Make sure your key should be here itself. Okay, so for the first time it is going to ask like this, just hit yes, and once it will verify, see, in the Mac it is very easy to connect. Because in Windows you have to install Putty, PuttyGen or MobaXterm in order to connect, but in Mac directly you can get connected to the EC2 instance using terminal. So these are the 2 or 3 ways we have seen. Like first way we have seen, that was CloudShell way, like directly by going here we can just connect. So this was a CloudShell way. And second way we have saw how we can connect to that particular EC2 instance using these all commands. So using SSH Client directly we have tried to log in. All right, now I will show you. Let me first create this Windows server and let me connect with the Mac. Then I will show you how can we do the same thing, achieve the same thing using Windows. So for that what you have to do, you have to again go back to the AWS console. Here I am. I will click on instance. So see, one more thing, once you are done with your server, what else you can do? There are various methods available. You can stop the instance, you can reboot the instance, you can terminate the instance, means delete the instance. Once your work is done, make sure you are stopping it or you are terminating this. So let me stop this so that I will show you how we can connect from the Windows. So I'm going to stop it. Okay, so that I can minimize the cost. Now I will click on launch instances. I will try to create a Windows server now. Okay, here you can see Windows is available, and here you can choose all the AMI version which is been listed. So let's choose the free tier one, and I'm choosing Windows 2022 base version. And here again I will be choosing, this is just to check how we can create. I'm choosing T2 micro which is available for free tier. Here we can select the key which we have created, and here you can see, like for Linux, for Ubuntu or Linux, this is what required. Like port 22 was required for Linux. In the same way we will need port 3389 to connect to the instance. So that is why RDP is allowed, means port 3389 is allowed here. Here you can see minimum size, like we saw in Ubuntu, that was 8 GB, but here in this Windows case you can see how much storage size it is taking. Minimum is 30 GB. Okay, in the same way you can write your PowerShell script here. right, for Jenkins and all whatever automation you want to perform to the server before connecting to that. So you can use PowerShell here to automate this. Now I will click on launch instance. See, here we do not get any success. Once we got the success, then only we will click on this instance ID, and we will wait for some more. Okay, you can refresh by clicking on this. So since it is a Windows server, so it will take some more time. So once it is instance state is running, so you can access the instance. Once the status check will be 2 by 2, then only you can access. If you have kept running any application, like you have installed Jenkins, until and unless it will not be 2 by 2, you will not be able to access your Jenkins. Okay, so now let's try to connect with this Windows server from Mac. Just click on select this first, click on connect, and here you can see session manager option is still available for Ubuntu and Mac as well. Sorry, Ubuntu and Windows as well. So here you have to choose this Windows RDP client. Okay, and here there are two ways: connect using RDP and connect using Fleet Manager. So we will go with this. So here you have to download remote desktop file. Okay, and here you have to get the password. So how we will get the password? So if you remember, we have attached some key, the PEM key, MrDevOps.pem. So using that we have to get the password. So this is the key I will be choosing. Just select that and click on decrypt password. So this is your password and this is your username to connect. So once you will hit on this download remote desktop file, you have to open that file. So you can see here, this is what you will get. You have to click on continue. So this because this is the first time. Okay, so in order to connect this on Mac, what you have to do, you have to install an application, an app. Here in App Store you have to search for Microsoft RDP, and here you will see this icon, Microsoft Remote Desktop. This is what you have to download, then only you would be able to open the RDP file. Okay, you can download the RDP file, but you won't be able to access. So that is why I have to install this app first, and you have to click on this add app, add PC, and here in the PC name you have to provide the IP of the Windows server which you have created. So IP of this server is, this is the public IP I will be taking. Just go back here, provide the host name, and here we are going to add the user account for the first time. So you can see I have already added some account already. So let's see how we can do it from scratch. Just click on add user account, and here you have to provide the username. So name of the user was administrator, and the password which we have generated using the PEM. So let's click on this and again try to generate this by choosing the PEM file. Let's click on decrypt password, and here we go. Just select this, copy this, and paste here. Once you are here, just click on add. Just click on add, and just double click on this, and it will start. So you will get for the first time the certificate thing. So you can see the certificate as well. If you want to check what are the trust and what are the details, you can explore more here, or else you can click on connect. So it will take some time in order to connect. Let's wait. So here we go. You can see the username of the RDP was administrator. So we have successfully created and get connected with this particular Windows server using RDP. So now we are inside our Windows server. So how beautiful it is. So now we will try to do the same thing using Windows. Like many of the people who is watching this series are Windows user. Okay, many of you will be Mac user. So I have shown you for Mac. Now I will show you for Windows. The Ubuntu server which we have created, as well as the Windows server which we have created. So let's go first with the Ubuntu server. So in order to access the Ubuntu Linux any server of Linux distribution, you have to do what? You have to download a tool that is called Putty. Okay, so you can search in your browser Putty download for Windows 10 based on your Windows version, and here you can get the first link putty.org. Just click on that, and you have to click on this download Putty. Once you will come here, based on your choice, you have to select a particular Putty. So this is the latest one, 64-bit. I'm going to download this, and this is just a simple installation. Just you have to do next. Okay, so it's already, once you will install this, you will get something like this. This is the UI of Putty. Okay, here we will see how we can use this. Okay, for that what you have to do, here you have to provide the IP of the Ubuntu server. So I'm putting this public IP, going to the Ubuntu. Here you have to provide this IP, then you have to go to SSH, here into connection SSH. Into SSH you have to click on auth, and here you have to select credential. Okay, and to credential you have to choose browse, and then to download, here I'm not seeing any file. So basically, it takes PPK file. Okay, but right now the file we have downloaded, that is PEM file. So in order to convert PPK to PEM, we have to download PuttyGen. Okay, PuttyGen is to convert your PEM file to PPK file. This is important. So once you have this PuttyGen, you can go to this link. Okay, this link is little confusing, but then you can go for this PuttyGen download. You will land on this page. Here just select your Windows version. I am choosing 64, and here you can check any of the links. So this is not working. Let's check other. So here we have this file. Let's click on download. No need to sign up. So now once it will get downloaded, you can simply open it. You won't be able to install it. So here what you have to do, you have to load your PEM file. This is my now again go back to your Putty, select the PPK file. Once you are here, click on open. You will see this for the first time. Just click on accept, and here once you will come here, you have to put the username. Okay, so how I will get the username? Click on connect, and you can see this is the name of the user. Okay, Ubuntu. Okay, it will try to authenticate with the key which we have generated. So this is the first way of accessing this. Okay, if you will not like this UI, you can do many things here, like you can still change settings. You can change the color, like by going to the color. You can use system default color. When you will apply, you can see you can change the font colors as well. Okay, okay, you can go and search for MobaXterm download for Windows, and you can simply download this. You have to download this portable edition version. Okay, home edition 23.1. Once you will download and install it, is just a simple straightforward downloading and installing. You have to open this into your system. Okay, and here what you have to do, or you can go to this session. Here you have to choose this SSH, because we are going to connect with the Ubuntu server. So click on SSH, provide the IP of the server. You can specify the username. Okay, apart from that, you have to go to advanced SSH settings so that you can pass the private key. Here you have to choose the APK file again and click on OK. So now this is the way you can connect to your EC2 instance. So this private IP you can see 157 is there. The same IP you can see here 157, right? This means this is the way we can access our Linux or Ubuntu server. Correct. Now we will see how we can connect with the Windows server as well. So for Windows, you have to click on Windows, you have to click on Connect, you have to come to this RDP client, and here you have to get the password. So for that password, you have to upload your PEM file. Okay, this is our PEM file. I have uploaded this and I am decrypting the password. Correct. Now what I am going to do, I am going to download this remote desktop file. Once I will download this, just double click on this. You will get this message. Just click on connect. This will ask you for the password. Administrator username it's already took. Just provide the password. Hit on OK. And this is the first time it is showing the certificate. The same we saw in the Mac as well. Just hit on OK. This will take some time, and after some time you can see it is booting. So now we are inside the Windows server. So this is the way we can connect. Or what else you can do? In Windows, you have by default RDP, remote desktop connection. Click on that. This is similar to, this is exactly similar to the one which we have like in Mac, we have installed some software. In Windows, it is by default available. Just provide the IP. Just click on connect. It will not get connected because the username is not correct. Correct. Just go to more choices, use a different account. Here you have to provide the correct username. Just provide that. Now just hit on OK. So this time you can see I got this certificate one. I will just approve this, and you can see it has started configuring the remote session. And once this is up, we will be able to access the dashboard. Correct. So let's get back to the session. Once we have seen the installation of uh, like how we can access Windows server and the Ubuntu server on Windows, and apart from that we have seen various method to connect. Okay. So this is how we have completed. We have seen today how we can create a AWS account. We have created the Ubuntu server. We have tried to connect with that Ubuntu server on Mac as well as Windows. We have seen how to create Windows server and how to connect to that particular Windows server on Mac as well as Windows. We have seen various ways to connect to the Windows Ubuntu server, like either by either directly by the CloudShell, or second way was using a Linux Mac terminal. Both ways we have seen. And coming to this, on Windows we have seen how we can connect to the particular server using Putty and PuttyGen. Apart from that, we have seen using MobaXterm. Coming to Windows server, we have seen how we can get connected to this Windows server on Mac using one of the software, Microsoft RDP. And we have seen Windows already have this RDP thing already pre-installed, so using that we have easily get connected to this Windows server. So thanks for watching. This is all about today. If you really liked my video, please do like, comment and share with your friends and subscribe, so that you will get notified for the next time whenever I will come with a lecture of day 4. Thank you so much.